This, so cute. Trash Panda had to be Monday. Foxy Friday. I love this kit so much. I hope this is one that Andrea brings back to the shop, because this was the October mystery. I think it was the October mystery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got up early. Took a little Cam for a walk. Coffee. And then I treated myself to a Body Energy Club smoothie. And then I went to work. The dog walker came this day. We need a bigger box. That's too small. Okie dokie. This was Rosh Hashanah. So I left work at 5, maybe just before 5. And then I transited to Richmond, because that's where my in-laws live, and there is literally 0 point in Jason driving from Delta past Richmond into Vancouver to then fight traffic to come all the way back into Richmond. So, you know, that's what transit's for. And then my sister and Brett came over and walked Cammie for me. And then Cammie puked. Apparently, I'm gonna guess that the size of the treats that they gave were probably just a little bit too big. And Cammie can be a little. If she eats too much too fast, she does get sick. So it's not all that surprising, but this was a big crate day for Cammie. I really did feel bad for her, because I would have left for work. I didn't put how early I went in. I probably would have been at work for like 8:30, which isn't like early, but we didn't have turkey, but we had chicken. It's basically the same thing. My sister and Brett came to walk Cammie. So yeah, she was in her crate. She was rescued at lunch with the dog walker. And then she would have been in her crate again until about 5 or 5:30. And then she went for a walk with my sister and Brett. And then she would have been in her crate again until about, I'm going to say 9. a long day. She did so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Tuesday, got up early, took Cammy for a walk. Coffee, YouTube, getting ready, all the things, went to work. Had a very productive day. And then I came home, we watched The Last Week Tonight. That's crooked. And then we also watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. How is that still crooked? And that was all she wrote this day. Wait, this is the week I had my hair appointment. Finally. It is becoming increasingly more difficult for me to get in to see Trisha, and I hate that. I love that for her because that's very good for her, but it's just I have such limited ability to drive myself out there because Jason drives to work every day, and I don't really want to sit in traffic after work coming out of the city. I'm not following rush hour. That's just stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever. I might just have to eventually move hairstylists. It's just, I left work early this day in order to be able to go, and I don't like doing that. I also don't like when I do color, having to take transit from Richmond at night. Because I have to take a bus to get to the train to get downtown, and it's just, Richmond's not an unsafe place, but there can be bizarre activities, and people don't know how to drive and wind up on the sidewalk all the time. It's like a lawless land over there. I'm so glad we don't live there anymore. Great food, though. All right, so I went for a run. I think Jason took Cammy to work this day. So I left early and I got my hair colored. The Whitecaps played this day. So I got home at the very end of the game and they were down. And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate. And then they scored to equalize it. So the game ended in a draw. Imagine what would have happened if I was there the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so Cammy went to ICS this day. I did not run because if I would have run, Trisha would have literally murdered me. And you don't really want to spend like $300 on your hair. And then you immediately have to fucking wash it and style it yourself. Color ain't cheap, yo. I did stay at work late this day. The proposals were proposing. But when I did get home, I watched football and we had a taco night. Coffee. Working. Taco night and football. Okay, I brought Cami to work this day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I walked to work with Cami. Shireen was off this day. Was this her exam? She was either having like a big study day before her exam or this was the day of the exam. I don't remember. But she was not in. And then I felt a tickle in my throat and I was real mad. Jason did pick us up after work and then I just took it easy. But Jason did make ramen for dinner, which solves so many problems. Me and Cami had a cuddle, albeit brief. 'Twas a cuddle. And a neighbor bailed us out, so my husband is notorious for waiting until the sink is actually broken to then order a cartridge, and Canada Post was on strike, so, you know. Has he learned this lesson? No, he has not. But a neighbor bailed us out. She had an extra one, so yay her. So like when the cartridge starts to go, if my husband was smart, because you can tell when the cartridge is dying, but he likes to push the envelope. So it just stopped working, and I'm like, if I'm sick, we can't just have one sink. This is no good. And normally I would have just messaged Nav and been like, hey homie, I know you have backups because you are smart. But Nav and Mandy don't live here anymore. All right. Tickle in the throat. Woke up sick. I slept for 10 hours. Dude, I don't do that at all. So I slept in. I myself a YouTube binge. I did take a nap, but I did also have some planning time. then I watched the Whitecaps game. I believe we drew this game as well. I don't remember who we were playing. So I was adamant that I was just going to take it easy. I was just going to let my body rest in hopes that I would get rid of my cold. Didn't have time to be sick. And it worked a little bit. I felt a world of better on Sunday. But I still just took it easy. I was like, nope, just don't get ahead of yourself. If I can rest, I should just rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I slept in again on Sunday. Felt so much better. I was able to do things around the house. It was a great time. Okay, so let's do Costco over here. I did not go to Costco. Jason went to Costco. But I did do a crap ton of laundry. I cleaned. And I watched football. I had 49ers lost. This was not good. You guys, I can't believe it. It's November 15th, and we're almost planning October. I'm so excited. I'm still waiting for a kit for October. I thought I had purchased it, but I didn't. So that is incoming. And it should be here on Monday, so we'll see how the week goes. But I will pick that up by next weekend. And then I can try and pump out all of October's, and then I'll call that about as caught up as I've ever been in my life. Andrea was right. I can do this. If you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who does that remind you of? I can do this. Tell me below. Almost knocked my camera over. Okay. How cute is this? Stunning. I love all animals. I love it. Okay. Come on. Like, how cute. Just, Andre, please bring this back next year. Please, 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 please. Okay, thanks. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not done so. And I will see you in my next video.